Hello from ITU Telecom World here in Geneva, Switzerland. I'm talking with Mr. Wale Goodluck of MTN, the Nigerian mobile operator. Wale Goodluck, what do you think are the principal challenges facing the ICT industry today?
I think there's still a significant amount of catch-up to do in terms of capacity, in terms of network availability, and in terms of addressing the issues around quality of service. The successes that we have achieved in the voice business, we're hoping that we can replicate in the broadband space. And again, that's also going to take a lot of hard work between the regulator, government policy, and operators. What
are your plans for the rollout of mobile broadband in Nigeria?
We are doing a lot already. We started with a 2.5G. We're now running a 3G network. We committed to a 3G license in 2006, and we've rolled out a 3G network in Nigeria. We have started to explore the possibilities of long-term evolution, LTE, and open up a 4G network. There is a lot of work to be done. As an operator operating in sub-Saharan Africa with its challenges, we realized very quickly that we would need to invest quite a bit in the transmission end of broadband. We've put a lot of efforts into building a microwave backbone, and after that we've put on top of that a significant amount of fiber into the ground. We know that to bring broadband and to bring the kind of services and have them as robust as we would like is going to involve a lot of investment in the last mile. So there are a lot of things going on simultaneously in Nigeria today.
Do you think you'll be fully able to exploit the latent capability of all of the fibre optic cable that has already been laid in Nigeria?
Well, I think the initial investment, a significant part of it went into national fibre, that's stringing the different cities together. We're also putting a lot of metropolitan rings now to improve the quality of service that is accessible by the last mile, by the end subscriber. So I think there's quite a fair amount of work going on in here. And I think that as things are evolving, we see that the federal government is also keen to support the rollout of fiber infrastructure, and there are projects that are being run now by the regulator and by the federal government to also complement what the operators are doing. So we're pretty confident that if all this can come in and tie up together, we will see a not so patchy but a more robust backbone.
MTN is very committed to corporate social responsibility. Sounds fine in practice. Can you give us some concrete examples?
Well, for us as an operator, we've always seen corporate social responsibility as an integral part of our business. We believe very strongly that if we don't have a robust corporate social responsibility program, we will not have a business. Ultimately, our business will only be as good as our communities are good. We've tried to avoid some of the mistakes that the extractive industries have made. We've done a lot of engaging with the communities, and we've identified 3 focus areas, essentially health, education, and economic empowerment. In the area of education, we're intervening at the tertiary level and at the secondary school level. We're building ICT, digital labs, libraries in key universities in Nigeria. To date, I think we've done 4, and these laboratories are comparable with ICT labs anywhere else in the world. We're doing a fair amount in secondary schools also. We're bringing both ICT education and we're bringing internet access to primary schools and secondary schools. So there's a fair amount of work going on in that space. Health is also another area that is particularly important for us. It's a big country, and we believe that the corporate world must support what the government is doing. So we're intervening both, in terms of putting facilities, affordable facilities. We're supporting a lot of the disabled community in Nigeria. We have a very big dialysis program in Nigeria. I think to date we've built 12 dialysis centers spread across the country. And also in the area of economic empowerment, gender empowerment, looking at the less privileged members of our society, the bottom of the pyramid, as we would like to say in the telecom space. So there's a fair amount of work going on. There's a lot of demand, and a lot of what we do, again, I'd say, is expectation management.
MTN has been a remarkable success story by anybody's standards. Do you think that rate of growth that you've been achieving can continue indefinitely, or is there a plateau coming?
Well, today we've got over 40 million subscribers in Nigeria, and We've always been the pioneer for innovation in our industry. We believe that investments in broadband will be the next catapult to grow the economy. We believe also that there's still a lot of opportunity in the voice space. Nigeria is a big country, it's 150 to 160 million people. So there's a lot of work that is still going to be done in terms of deploying infrastructure. I think if you look at the MTN group globally, in Africa and in the Middle East, it's the same things that have driven us. We're not afraid to go to where others will shy from. We have 150 million odd subscribers across our 21 operations. It's a business that believes in indigenization, local content, development of the markets, diversity, sensitivity to your operating markets. These are the things that I think have defined how we have succeeded, and we're confident that the success ahead is still going to be a lot more than what we've done today.
Can you tell us one thing that you think will need to happen if we're ever going to get any closer to the goal of giving more global citizens more meaningful access to connected technology?
I think the defining factor is going to be spectrum administration. It's going to be how we administer the spectrum so that subscribers in Africa and in sub-Saharan Africa particularly can also benefit from the economy of scale that would be available if there's a fair amount of standardization of spectrums. It would enable equipment to be cheaper, devices to be cheaper. For me, I think this is the crux of the broadband revolution, and I see that a lot of work is going on at the ITU, at the intergovernment meetings. That's where the work needs to be done. Once we can sort out the issues of spectrum, then it will take off.
Wale, good luck. Thank you very much indeed.